Good afternoon, World Wide Web. We're here to make a video to discuss what I throw in my bag. I'm 34 years old and I hover around 1,000 rated golf. So if you're on that quest and you're just starting out or have questions, I personally have had a great tournament season this year since I switched over to Latitude 64 and Dynamic Discs, the line of discs they're coming out with. So I do get asked at tournaments by beginners and amateurs, what was I throwing on that hole, or they'll see me out playing. And I've been lucky enough to have a good season that we're gonna go through and just kind of answer those questions for everybody. It's been a while since I had an updated bag video, so it's real simple. I've adopted a less is best policy. It gives me less to think about. Anywhere I go, there's always a shot back home that I've done 100 times over. So I like just more of a brain reference back to that. So I keep the disc very limited. I used to have a lot of different stuff, but my less is best policy I highly recommend. But when you're switching over to something new, I put that on hold for a minute so I can find what I want to use over and over again. And the new stuff that Dynamic Discs is coming out with and all the stuff I've tried with Latitude 64, I encourage checking those out. It took me a little while to decide to even try them out, and I'm so glad I did, just because it puts a lot of pressure to rest that I used to have on the course. So let's check it out. Well, I'm just gonna grab some stuff in no particular order. So the most overstable, I still live in Kansas. I travel as much as I can when I can. It's hard with leaving my boys, so when I do go out of town, I still get a lot of windy golf. I don't go too far from the Midwest, so the Stiletto came out, unfortunately, after the glass blown this year, but it's going to be a really good overstable. It's going to dive real true, stays real strong in a headwind. So you'll need these to stay in bounds for the GBO 2014. So those are real stable. Let's see, we'll just start with some distance drivers. Pretty simple as well. After checking out a bunch of stuff, man, I got a lot of one thing. And these are Giants. I like the glittery ones. I used to throw a lot of champs, so I do like the feel of these. They remind me of where I first started. These, again, are really overstable, good for wind, but distance, you can really turn them over, put a lot of your force on them, and Anheuser these for good flex shots. So I got my Emac Copper Penny Giant. It's been doing work for a while, thanks Emac. And the Giants are up next on that, distance and overstability. For the next, I go Trespass. I really like these are fast, they go far, and I can turn them over, or I can hyzer release them like that. Or I can do big annies, or just throw them right into a headwind with a little hyzer on them. These are for distance. At my age, I want as much distance as possible, and I've gotten great distance with these. So try these out if you have not. Okay, then next, these are my pitching wedges. I always, in some of these longer ones, I can get just out of reach. So I feel like I'm pulling out a pitching wedge or a 9-iron or something on the ball golf course. So these are like getting right onto the green. You just want to put it by the hole and get out of there. And that's what these do. They're like really overstable. I don't flick a lot, but like I said, when I'm punching up to the green, I can flick these, Tomahawk, Scooby 'em. I like just getting onto the green. I'm really comfortable with these. Try these out if you're just having problems getting just into the comfort zone to tap out and get to the next hole. These are par savers and birdie makers on the shorter holes. So I really like these. So I carry a couple if I'm playing a course around water, because I don't want to lose one of these in mid-round. So I do double up on those. I wasn't a real big mid-range thrower, but especially at a course like this with some lefty routes, some righty routes, I've been getting a lot of great ante distance with the Fugitive. These I like turning over, and they will just glide and turn right for you. So do try those. You get a good hyzer snap on them, again, just kind of right at a tunnel or just at your object or your mark. It's going to go right straight for it. I really like that one. So I'm trying that one out. The Truth, the same thing, just like a real straightforward shot. I like these for tunnels, accurate tunnel shots. If I'm getting blasted with a little bit of headwind in my face, I'll pull this one out. This is a Truth Stamp Verdict, and it's a little bit more overstable, but just a touch. So just when you need that extra little finish at the end, these are really good for getting those short tunnel holes, accurate anti-flexes, and so forth. And then the short game, which I've just been playing around with a few putters, but again, the tournaments this season, I was lucky enough to get on some lead cards, and I see my teammates just killing the judge. So, you know, I was playing around, checking stuff out, but I always went back to the judge because all my teammates were killing me with this thing. So I've been doing these the last month or so, and they're really great. Really comfortable with just snapping them right into the basket. If you're having putter problems, there's nothing wrong with playing around, you know, finding out something else, try something else out. A lot of it's mental. But these are good just to kind of get your head right. So I use those. I got a couple of those. Those have been real good. The Emac stamp ones are a lot of area just to play around with your hand grip and just get a solid grip, snap them in. So I thank my teammates for showing me how to use these in some of those rounds. And again, with windy stuff, as you can see, I got a lot of overstable stuff. With windy stuff, this is my pitching wedge for pretty much anything that if I just want to get right on the pin. And I got a bunch of wind blasting on me, and I'm scared. I don't want to get flipped over. I'm trying not to give them another stroke or anything else. So I pull out the Sinus. These are Latitude 64s. They got the weird grips on them. I don't even worry about them. Everybody asks me if I use them or if they bug me or anything. They're not even there. I've been using them since about last February. Little upshots, the peninsula hole, anything, island, these have no skip on them. No matter the grass. I've played in Colorado and just dirt and rock, and I've played out here when it's real lush today, and just sticks right where you want to put it. So this is like, gives you a little backspin onto the green when you need it. So these are really good for windy upshotting. And then if I got a weird around the tree putt or anything else, a little overstable putter, I like doing a straddle and jamming these in. So that's my bag. And again, if you see something or see me out and about, just ask me a question. We'll help you get something that's going to help you get those scores on the course. Thanks.